Holy crap, we're in light speed. Look at that. Welcome back. It's the day Star Wars fans have been waiting for, and it's all inspired by one of the most famous lines in movie history.
Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you. Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
Yes. May the Force be with you until I chop off your legs and arms later in this movie. We all know the iconic line, may the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. I told you it's Monday. This Thursday is May the 4th, also known now as Star Wars Day, and it's a day to celebrate one of the most loved movie franchises in Hollywood history. One person to celebrate real big, and I mean real big, is my buddy, writer and travel blogger and Disney expert. Audience, give it up for Brooke McDonald, everyone. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good to see you. Okay, now, audience, I'm jokingly mad at Brooke because Brooke was on our show about a month or two ago. Everyone loved her, and Brooke and I have been to Disney. But every time we go to Disney, we miss each other by, like, what, 7 hours, Brooke? Like 7 hours.
We are ships in the night, permanently. We have to remedy this.
I'm telling you. Okay, let's start with this. I think we have a picture. This is so darn cute. Brooke took her boys yesterday to the 40th anniversary edition of The Return of the Jedi, the third in the original trilogy. How was it, Brooke, seeing it on the big screen?
Oh my gosh, it was so wonderful. I mean, obviously we've seen the film many, many times at home, but this was my first opportunity, their first opportunity to see it in the theater. And the theater was full of fans, cheering when Boba Fett would come on the screen, or just, any of these classic moments. And it was so much fun. I hope that they continue to do this. And I mean, not just Star Wars too, but bringing back classic films to the theater it's such a special opportunity to get back in there and see it in that venue.
Brooke, I know your boys love Star Wars. You kind of answered it, and I was reading your post. As many times as they've seen Jedi, did they react differently when they're seeing it in the theater with the sound and the giant screen? Did they react differently?
They really did. And, my 9-year-old actually really sobbed. He cried. At the end, no spoilers, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've all seen it by this point. But, we've spent so much time as a family watching the animated series, The Clone Wars, which establishes such a deep backstory for Anakin. And it just gives you so much more of a picture of his journey. So his redemption I think it really just resonated in that venue for my son so much that he wept. It was really a cool, moving moment for us and a new memory.
Yeah. Brooke is going to Walt Disney World for May the 4th. And Brooke isn't just, let me tell you, some people just celebrate Star Wars Day. Brooke, tell them what you're doing.
So I self-professed Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser superfan. It is the quote-unquote Star Wars hotel. It's not a hotel. It's a 2-night experience. But it's at Walt Disney World. We have been twice as a family, but this time I'm actually going it's a May the 3rd voyage that obviously covers May the 4th, and it will be absolutely packed with Star Wars superfans. And I am staying, something I never thought I would do in my whole life at my adult age, is I am staying in a room in the Grand Captain's suite with 7 other adults. So I'm literally bunking with 7 other adults. Some of them I haven't met, but friends of friends, and we're just doing it.
I have a question. Brooke was on here. Look, go on our YouTube page and you'll see Brooke's first segment. I have a question for, even my husband, Brooke, because as Brooke said, it's nicknamed the hotel. It isn't. It's a very interactive, immersive experience. If you are a person, Brooke, that maybe isn't into role playing and the immersiveness, do you still think there's a chance people will still enjoy the Galactic Star Cruiser? Because my husband has his doubts, and I think he represents maybe a portion of people watching right now.
I love that question because the feedback, and this has been open for more than a year now. It opened March 1st of last year. And so many introverts have come away from the experience and said that they had just as wonderful a time as people who really roll up their sleeves and show up in full costume and are there to play. And you can engage as much or as little as you want. You can just kind of be in the background and take it all in. The cast members, the performers, are really good at kind of keeping tabs on everyone who's around and sort of tapping into a guest's level of interest in engaging and playing, and sometimes find, really, really special ways of bringing those people into the story who might be a little bit more timid. I had someone reach out to me after he completed his voyage, and he said, I'm an introvert and I really didn't think that I could do something like this. And not only did I do it, but I loved it and I'm really proud of myself. So people have had these really moving experiences where they kind of learn something about themselves, I think, and their ability to do things that maybe they didn't think they could do.
Stepping out of your comfort zone via Star Wars. I love it. Brooke isn't done. She's sticking around after the break. She just got back from London. You'll find out why. Plus, she is so good with traveling tips with kids. Her tips for all parents planning a summer getaway when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. Welcome back. We're glad you're here. Back. More with our friend Brooke McDonald. We're going to get to some traveling tips if you're traveling with children during the summer travel season in just a little bit. But Brooke just got back from London for Star Wars Celebration, which, if you're not like Brooke and I and you're not Jedi nerds like we are, it is basically the big Star Wars convention that they have. Brooke, there's so many highlights. People can look at your gram for all of them. Which one stands out to you?
Gosh, well, it is a really exciting time to be a Star Wars fan. There is some, between the Disney, what's been going on Disney Plus with so many live action series, The Mandalorian, Andor. That's been such an exciting time, and we had some really big announcements and updates about upcoming live action series and films. So they did announce that we are getting more Star Wars movies. We'll be getting 3 more new films in the future, but coming up more quickly. We have Ahsoka coming out soon this year. We got a sneak peek at a new show, a new series, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which stars Jude Law, who we got to see from the footage that he will be playing a Jedi, and it's going to be Jude Law with a band of children. I think there are about 4 of them, and it's kind of their journey. So I just think it's been a really great time to also be able to again experience Star Wars as a family in the way that families started to when the original trilogy came out. This most recent season of Mandalorian was quite intense, but also had so many wonderful, heartwarming and sweet and fun moments with Grogu and my kids. We enjoyed watching that together. So that's been really fun. For parents of young kids, actually, on May the 4th, a new series called Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures is debuting. There's some shorts kind of teasing it already out on YouTube, but I think it's just another new opportunity to bring Star Wars fans of all ages kind of together. And we found out for Parks fans that the kids on the show will be going and visiting Batuu in one of the episodes, so that'll be a really fun crossover with the parks. So yeah, just a lot of big announcements for entertainment
coming this way. Speaking of the boys, one of the great things when you follow Brooke, she's such a good mom, and the boys are great features in her gram and her socials. So I thought we thought it would be a good idea for Brooke to share some knowledge, because a lot of y'all will be traveling with your kids this summer. Let's talk about packing tips. Let's start there. General packing tips. Your best lessons, Brooke.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm a relative newcomer to packing cubes. But packing cubes are the best things in the world. Love them so much. Separate each kid, Each member of the family stick it straight into a drawer when we get there and stay organized. So I always do that. I always say, and we talk about this all the time, Jason, especially in the summer, it will rain every single day of the summer in Florida. If it doesn't, you'll get lucky. And I was wrong that day, but generally throughout the summer, it rains every single day. So waterproof shoes, if you like to wear sneakers, bring a backup waterproof option, umbrellas. We don't usually bring rain jackets in the summer because it is so hot that we just kind of have an umbrella. And the rain goes so fast in the summer. Typically, there are these summer afternoon storms. But I would also say, remember that kind of from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., typically don't have big plans for doing things outdoors because that's usually when those storms hit. And I guess that's kind of a plan, that's kind of a tip for your park strategy as well, because the outdoor attractions, coasters, certain things, test track, some of those things at Walt Disney World go down in the rain and the storms. So during the summer, it's a good idea to try to get in your top priority outdoor attractions early, just in case the weather, comes to give you some trouble later.
I want to spend the last, we have to go? We have time. The last 45 seconds, or whether it's Walt Disney World or an amusement park near your house, handling meltdowns. You get the last 45 seconds, your best tip on handling meltdowns.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's always okay to just pull the ripcord and do something else, go and you know what? Well, first of all, don't just avoid hangry attacks. Never push yourself so far that everybody is just too hungry, because that for me is when it always happens. It's usually like right before lunchtime at Magic Kingdom in the most crowded part of the day when we're most inclined to have meltdowns. But I just say, you know what? Hit the parks hard in the morning. That's when you're gonna get the lightest crowds. Plan a pool break, go back to the hotel, chill out, or have a table service, air-conditioned meal where everybody can calm down and take a break. It's just having a plan for taking a break during the day at some point.
And Brooke, I will end it with this. That is applicable for a 9-year-old boy or a 30-some-year-old husband. Never get him hangry. Never get him hangry. Brooke, thank you. We'll see you soon.
I hope so. Yeah, it's great to see you, Jason. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Check out all of Brooke's travel articles and content. Look for her on Instagram or any social, Brooke G. McDonald. She's great at Disney, but also just general traveling tips as well. And she'll be back on her show soon. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody.